Hello again. Welcome back. I said I was going to do a album review. I'm not really good at these, but it's real late, so I figured I will get one in before I make my next video, whenever that will be. And I was looking through all the clothes I had, and you can see it says Aerosmith, so that's the clue. And I found this shirt, so I'm like, nobody ever talks about this album. People hate this album. It's probably the most polarizing Aerosmith album out there. So here it is. Nine Lives original OG shirt from 1997. And I have it here. And this is the remastered vinyl that came out 2 years ago in 2019 because the original is really fucking expensive and hard to find. I think it's like $200-300 on Discogs, and there's only one available. So I'm just gonna run through this album and song by song, see what I tell you what I think. Some songs it's hard for me to really analyze, so it's just gonna be vague. But anyway, we go alphabetically. Oh, before I mention it, this album had original cover with the cat. It was like Krishna dancing on cobra heads with a cat head like this. But the Buddhists got pissed off because they thought it was an insult, apparently, so they changed the cover. I don't like the cover. I prefer this cover a lot better. But you have to do a lot to piss off the Buddhists, which is very hard to do because they're usually peaceful people. Anyway, I know it's not lined up right because I'm sitting at an angle because I was trying to balance the light here. I turned both lights on so I wouldn't get too much fucking darkness like my last video. But the album starts off with Nine Lives, which is probably the hardest rocking song on this album. And it reminds me of sort of like Toys in the Attic, not quite as ferocious and like fast, but it picks up speed. It starts, with the cat intro, then it slowly starts going, and it's a great classic hard. Well, it's not really a classic, but I mean, it sounds like a classic hard rock Aerosmith song. This album is mostly known for its ballads, and people will say the poppy Aerosmith started with not Pump, but Permanent Vacation, and a lot of the true Aerosmith people will say the last great album or the last true Aerosmith album was done with Mirrors. I can see both their points, but I'm not a big fan of poppy Aerosmith because most of it's miss. There are some hits, but like this album, I love the ballads. That's almost the best songs on this album is the ballads. But overall, like the last three albums were fucking awful. This album, as I will get through, is a bit of its own curiosity. But like I said, I like both eras of Aerosmith. But yeah, the classic period is much better. Then it goes into Falling in Love So Hard on the Knees, which sounds like the classic Aerosmith as you're going to get on this album. It's more like it could fit on Pump, I guess, kind of sound, but it also has the old school Aerosmith vibe from the late 70s. And it's probably, I don't know if it's the best song on the album, but it's close. But yeah, it has that old school vibe and feel. And then it goes into the third song, Hole in My Soul, which is probably my favorite song on the album. It's their big ballad, the biggest ballad off this album that was released as a single. And of course, it had future famous people, Ava Mendez, Sean William Scott, Alexandra Holden, all in the video. And it has that riff, that Dream On riff. The famous Dream On beginning and building up to the bridge riff, lightly the light guitar riff in there. Well, it's like the same damn riff almost in Hole in My Soul. If you heard the song, you would know. But it's a powerful song about, not finding love and all that, blah, blah, blah. Basically my life, but I don't believe in love really anyway. But yeah, it's the most powerful song on the album, I believe, and probably my favorite. And Falling in Love's probably second. Then you go into Taste of India, which is the weirdest fucking song on the album. Well, there's a couple other ones. I don't know what to think about this song. It's like Beatles-esque, Ravi Shankar, LSD shit they did. You even have a sitar, I think you can hear it in the beginning. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's a taste of India. They have the Indian, the Indian sound ambiance and the instruments. I don't hate the song, but I can live with it or live without it, but it's okay. But it's definitely probably the weirdest song on this album, and maybe that Aerosmith ever did. Oh, you got fucking Pink, also the fucking worst Aerosmith song ever on this album too. So like I said, this album is all over the fucking place. And then Full Circle, which was released I think as the third single after Hold My Soul and Falling in Love. I like it. It's like good. It's a ballad again. I like basically it would be a good song that you turn up on the speakers, playing about life. It's a song basically about life. Comes full circle. Time, don't let it slip away. It's like saying, here's to yesterday, cherish it, but live your life. Don't live in the past. Like just live life to its fullest. It's a great song. It's one never talked about, never played, because I have a Little South of Sanity, the live album after this one. They never played this one, but it's a good song. Then the middle of the album's like, holy fuck, what the hell? Something's Gotta Give. Nothing much I can say about that. It's filler, pure filler. Ain't That a Bitch? It's like, I wouldn't call it filler. It's like a little bluesy mid-tempo rocker. It's okay. It's a complimentary piece, nothing more, but nothing great. The Farm is another fucked up weird ass song. Take me to the farm. I don't know how to explain it. It's like another trippy, hippie rocking type vibe. I don't like it. It's different, but it's not my thing. But if you listen to this album, you know what I'm talking about. And Crash is another song. Right after that, I don't know what the hell. It's like a 90s hardcore punk slash Aerosmith song. It's definitely something they really haven't done a lot of. It's definitely a throwback to the punk era, like early 80s, up until even like the mid 90s punk. It's really fast riffs, punkish. I could do without it. Not a fan of it. And then Kiss Your Past Goodbye. It starts out slow, and then it picks up a little bit. It's more of a mid-tempo ballad. It's not completely slow, but it's not a bad song. It's a good complimentary song. I wouldn't say it's a must listen to, but I wouldn't throw it away either. Pink, like I said, the video for Pink, oh my god, I don't know what the fuck. It's like a tripping video. It's the craziest fucking video I've ever seen. And I would think it's probably the most poppy Aerosmith song. That says a lot. Most poppy Aerosmith song ever made. And probably my most hated Aerosmith song ever made. It's fucking awful. So yeah, Attitude Adjustment, I listened to it again. Like I went back and through and listened to this album a few times. Like I said, my ADD is not very good, so I'm not really good at giving in-depth reviews, but it's another like mid-tempo hard rock Aerosmith type song, but there's nothing memorable about it. And the last song is another good ballad again, Fallen Angels. Another poppy Aerosmith ballad, but it's really good. Never talked about, never played, but it's Where Did Fallen Angels Go? Great. It's just a great ballad. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's not as good as Hold My Soul, or it's not as good as like What It Takes, or anything like that. Or the best Aerosmith ballad might be Seasons of Wither that nobody talks about. It was never released as a single. So, but yeah, overall, I tried to get the hype sticker on, but it peeled off because I like to put hype stickers on here. They added I Don't Want to Miss a Thing to this, probably to make it try to sell more because it's the reissue. So they added it. You can see it's right there. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. A lot of people hate it. I don't mind the song, but it's all right. It's what it is. And the other song they added was a bonus track in Europe, and I think Japan from the Nine Lives CD was Falling Off as a Joe Perry song. He's not a great singer. It's okay. It's not like as good as Walk On Down, but it's all right. Nothing spectacular. Overall, most people will put this like at the bottom, toward the bottom. For me, it's more toward the lower to middle. It's way better than the last three after it. Just Push Play, the new album, and of course, I don't like covers albums, so it's better than Honkin' on Bobo. It's better than a Jimmy Crespo album. I don't like that one. It's probably on par with like Draw the Line, Night at the Ruts. So it'd fall in between there, maybe like seventh, eighth. Yeah, Done with Mirrors, Let the Music Do the Talking. I think Done with Mirrors. It's about right on par with that too. So it's probably like around seventh, eighth, or ninth position of like the 15th Aerosmith albums, in my opinion. It's well worth going back and listening to. I fucking hated it when it first came out because I heard Pink and it was fucking awful. But then I gave it more and more chances after I found the shirt. I'm like, well, maybe I should give it a shot. And it really does grow on you. If you like the Aerosmith ballads of any albums, then yes, you would like this album somewhat, at least. Because that's the best songs aside from the opener and the one after that, the title track and Falling in Love. The rest, the best songs on this album are the ballads. So it depends on if you like the poppy Aerosmith. So that's my give on Nine Lives. I love the shirt. I can't believe I still had it. Um, I think it's worth listening to again, going back and just listening to it with an open mind, because it is the most polarizing Aerosmith album probably ever. And it's the most diverse Aerosmith album because, like I said, they have like the whole Ravi Shankar like fucking Beatles shit. Then you have like the punk song. Then you have Pink, which is really fucking bad. But then you have the three great ballads. Nine Lives, good opener. It's one of their best openers. And then Falling in Love was like a cross between the classic Aerosmith and the pump era Aerosmith, like poppy. But it's a good mix of both. So that's my take. I don't know if I give it a 5-star rating, 10-star rating, whatever the hell the rating would be. I would just, like I said, I would just rank it down like toward the middle of the album. But if I had to give it out of 10, I'd say it's 6, 5.5, 6. It's not great, but it's good enough. And then it has the songs that are good are good. So it has enough to carry it over a decent amount of Aerosmith material. And I think it's underrated a little bit. This one and maybe Done with Mirrors, possibly Draw the Line, are the most underrated, overlooked Aerosmith albums. So yeah, I would say go back and give it a shot and listen to it if you're an Aerosmith fan. And it's getting late. I need to fucking take a shower, so that's why I put my hat on. And I just want to give a quick video review. Like I said, I was going to do a quick one. Last video I made. So yeah, I'm hoping that if you're an Aerosmith fan like I am, they kind of lost me as I was growing older, but I was a huge Aerosmith fan growing up. Give Nine Lives a listen again and see if it grows on you or not. I mean, it did with me. It's still not a great album, but I think it deserves more listens. And if you take the bad with the good, it's worth it, I think. So that's my review of Nine Lives. And I'll put another video again like I always do and a subscribe button at the end here. So thanks for watching. I know it's not the greatest review ever, but I did what I could, I guess. As always, rock on. And by the way, if I do another album review, it's going to be albums that are overlooked, polarized, or forgotten, or bands that same way Aerosmith's not a band that's forgotten, but you get my point. I don't want to talk about albums that a billion people talk about, like the new Maiden, for example. Everybody fucking talks about it. So I figure I'll give underrated albums their due, or hated albums their due, and see if I actually like it more than the critics say. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.